What are you looking for tonight? What are you hoping to walk away with tonight, the very first Democrat primary debate?
Look, first off, I've been disappointed there aren't more Democratic primary debates, and I think the DNC has completely erred in this debate schedule. So I'm looking forward to having our candidates, frankly, on the same stage. I'm looking forward to them drawing contrasts and discussing their policy differences. I'm looking forward to Hillary Clinton justifying her position on TPP versus Bernie Sanders. I'm looking forward to a discussion on Wall Street reform. I'm looking forward to these candidates finally on stage together drawing contrasts. I think Democrats have been waiting for this for months, and now we finally get it. So I'm really excited. And
you mentioned, too, just the number of debates that a lot of what I've been hearing from a lot of my friends who are Democrats. I have Democrat friends. They say the same things that you're saying now. Why are we not having more of these debates? Why are we not hearing more ideas discussed? Because, despite the fact that, yes, they're Democrats, all of them on stage, they represent some pretty different factions within the Democrat Party. And one of those that had spoken out about this, Representative Tulsi Gabbard from Hawaii, the story is that she, as the vice chairwoman of the DNC, she told the New York Times on Sunday that Debbie Wasserman Schultz, the DNC chairwoman, had rescinded her invitation after Gabbard appeared on MSNBC saying that she wants more than the currently scheduled 6 debates. What do you make of this story?
Well, it's a shame. It's a shame on the DNC that they're doing it. I frankly, Tulsi Gabbard is absolutely right. By the way, it's not just the number of debates, and frankly, there are 4 debates. There aren't even really 6, and 2 of those 4 debates happen during Saturdays during the holiday shopping season. So we can imagine what the audience gets reduced to during that. So it's not just the number of debates; it's the scheduling of debates. Look, the DNC did this because the theory is that Debbie Wasserman Schultz was trying to protect Hillary Clinton. I actually think she's put Hillary Clinton in a worse position because I think Democrats want to see Hillary Clinton out there with Bernie Sanders. And by the way, Hillary Clinton should want to be out there with Bernie Sanders because she'll be discussing issues she supposedly wants to talk about. And this is a forum she finally gets to talk about them. So if I were them, I'd want to debate every week. Yeah. Frankly.
She has been more and more starting to sound like his echo. She ran a more centrist campaign back in 2008. She even disagreed with then Senator Obama on a number of issues. And now here we are going into 2016. And some of the things that she has repositioned herself on, she is just miles away from what she was in 2008. And I'm wondering if it's the Bernie Sanders effect. Do you think that that's contributed to her makeover?
Look, I think in 2007, frankly, one of the reasons she didn't do as well is she forgot to run a Democratic primary campaign. And to run a Democratic primary campaign, you have to appeal to Democratic primary voters. And before even Bernie Sanders jumped into the race, she was out there running a very targeted Democratic primary campaign. So I think some of it might be Bernie Sanders. I think you can credit Bernie Sanders, for example, elevating the issue of affordable college into the race. I think some of it is her and her advisors realizing you have to appeal to Democratic primary voters to win a Democratic primary.
I'm interested to see if whether or not this question that, and I think it was on, I don't remember if it was on Meet the Press or when Bernie Sanders was asked, well, what do you say, when you come across your friends who are capitalists, do you call them capitalists? And he had said, well, I'm a democratic socialist. And when asked about that, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, DNC chairwoman, seems very skittish about answering that in the context of debates, as though that's not, I get the impression that that's not a phrase, that's not a categorization she once brought up in the primary debates. What is that all about? How much importance do you think, how much significance is going to be placed on that tonight?
I mean, I have no idea what Anderson Cooper will do to place significance on that. I think Bernie Sanders, when he's asked about it, does a fine job actually explaining it. And I'm actually glad he gets a forum to actually explain his political philosophy, explain what he means, explains that what he wants is every American to be able to go to college and not have to be drowned in debt, that he can explain that he wants Wall Street not to get bailed out, that he can explain that he wants a healthcare system where that you take private enterprise out of healthcare. And I think he wants to explain those things, and I think now he has a forum to do that.